Hello everyone, welcome back to another 3.4 swap. On this vlog here, we are going to be talking in particular about the 3.4 crossover pipe. Right here is the 3.4 crossover pipe that has been modified already. As you guys all know, the 3.4, the exhaust, it pops onto the passenger side. So originally, the crossover goes from manifold, and then it dumps out onto the passenger side, and then your muffler, your exhaust system is on the passenger side, and then your gas tank is on the driver's side. When you do the swap on the pickups and the older gen 4Runner, your gas tank is on the passenger and your exhaust dumps out onto the driver's side. So in this case, what you can do is you can modify the original 3.4 crossover, or you can send it in and have it modify, or you can buy a brand new one that's been modified for this swap here. If you send in your old one, it costs roughly about $175 according to Toy Only Swap. So in my case, I sent mine locally to a gentleman up in Alaska here. His name is John. He works on 3.4 motors, 3.4 swaps, so he's very familiar with doing these crossover already. He's done plenty of it already, so this is a no-brainer for him. So I gave him my crossover and he did the conversion for me, and it ran me about $150. So I'm going to show you a little bit about what he did, and I don't know what happened, but of course it's very obvious. So basically what John does is he just cuts it open, and then it basically gets reversed, and you can see where he welded in a new, I guess you can call it extension or a coupler. So he does it right here. This is the original 3.4. The only reason you don't see this piece is because originally it has a heat shield on it, and then same thing on this side. You can use a little cup, and you also do have to cut the flanges and reverse it. So that's basically what you do, and let me show you a little bit about it. It looks really nice. He also took the time and also went ahead and spray painted with some high temp paint. These high temp paint, even though they're rated for high temp paint, most of the time after a couple miles, these paint will wear off already. This is your downpipe. They call this the 2-to-1. So your 2 inlet outlet, and then it goes down here and it becomes 1. Your first O2, your catalytic converter, and then your second O2. This is the 3.4. When I was taking it off, there's three studs. This stud here did pop off, so this is a brand new stud. So I installed a new stud. And also when you're installing this manifold, you also want to get new gaskets. And I talk about these gaskets already on my parts vlogs. So you can see here, one goes there, one goes there, and then you have 2 that goes on the 2-to-1. I'll go ahead and put this on the manifold and show you guys what it looks like. One other thing to do while you're at it is go ahead and clean the studs and the manifolds. So I just take this little wire wheel right here, and I usually just go ahead and clean the studs. Make sure they're nice and rust-free and clean, and shoot it right here. I just go ahead and clean this part here, make sure the surface is nice and clean, because that part here is where the gasket meets up from the crossover to the thing. So make sure this thing is all clean, rust-free. I got the crossover installed, and like I said, like always guys, make sure you guys use some brand new nuts. These nuts are one-time use. Once you take them off, they're pretty much done. If you use them again after a few hundred miles, they're gonna come undo themselves, and you're gonna have an exhaust leak. So the crossover is best if you install it onto the motor and then install it into your vehicle. If you install the motor and then you try to put the crossover on while the motor's in the truck, good luck. Not fun at all. We got three new nuts with a gasket installed inside. These nuts here are torqued to 33 foot-pounds. You can see here it's a very tight fit. Very tight fit. It does clear the belt housing bolts. This flex pipe was hitting this engine thing here. So hopefully it doesn't damage it, because when I was tightening it, it was pushing the crossover down towards this thing here. So I think we'll be fine. We come down here and we get to this section here. The hardest nut to get to is going to be this one here. You can see right there, you can't really access it from here. So you have to use a wrench. And this is a ratchet wrench that I was using. So plenty of room if your motor is out right now. And I wasn't able to torque this one, but I went and did it pretty snug. So make it pretty snug. And then all these are torqued to 33 foot-pounds. And you can see here it's nice and sealed up, and hopefully no exhaust leak. So this is the 3/4 crossover that's been modified to dump onto the driver's side right here. I believe this pill housing nut here is going to be one of the tricky one. Once we get it on there, I think this one's going to be tricky. So we'll try to get that one on, and then everything else should be pretty much easy. So that's what it looks like, guys. This is the 3/4 crossover converted to the driver's side, and originally it comes out this side. If you're doing aftermarket headers, you can get rid of this crossover, and you can do it straight, come out, and then connect it however you want to. Plenty of room, plenty of clearance between here and the coolant pipe here, and then plenty of room from here to the cylinder heads right here. So this right here is the fuel line, and I'm a little bit worried about the exhaust and the heat, but I think it should be fine. I think I'm gonna hang it like this, and then it goes down like here, but I think there should be plenty of room later on for this fuel line, because you don't want to get this fuel line hot, man. Heat and gas does not mix. So that's it right there, guys. We're almost done with everything here. We're pretty much done with the engine right now. I don't really have to do anything else besides put on the intake, put the wire harness back on, do the rear main seal, install the clutch, and then that's pretty much it. So the only thing right now that we are needing is our wire harness, and I have to order my clutch. I didn't order my clutch yet. I have my flywheel already, but I don't have my clutch. So I think next week I'm gonna order my clutch kit, and then hopefully in the next 2-3 weeks we get our wire harness. Our wire harness we are ordering from Toy Only Swap. So once that gets in, we'll be able to do our swap. If you guys got any question about this crossover or anything like that, let me know in the comment section. And again, I didn't do this myself, so I won't be able to give you guys any tip or anything like that. But for the most part, you guys can see how John did it. Like I said, I had somebody locally did it for me, so he cut this up, put them together, and put it back on. It's really nice. Catch you guys next time, and make sure you guys follow the Instagram, NuttyNu_4.